Oh, 2 weeks you was sick. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we canceled class, and then last week you were not with us. So okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I still have a little bit of a cough, but I'm okay.
That's good.
So what did you do today?
Today I come back and like normal, and in the morning I drive my car, take my colleague together and go to work.
Yeah.
And finish work and go back. My husband cook dinner, and we have dinner. After dinner, we walk a little while.
Good.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed, which is really good, you said you drove the car and took your colleagues.
Yeah, because my colleague live near my home.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is you started to say to the work, and then you corrected yourself, which is good. So you said just to work, which is right. Yeah. So that was good. You corrected yourself, and that's something a lot of people are now doing, which is really good.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, before I move on, behind you, Sandy, there is a door.
Yeah. The door. Yeah.
On the other side. Okay. Right behind you, there's a door. It's got a red thing on it. Is that a fish?
There's no fish.
Oh, okay.
This is
Firecracker.
鞭炮怎么说
Firecracker.
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 Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you read to me. I don't know the name.
Okay.
Firecracker.
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I recognize it as firecracker. So all right.
Firecracker.
Yeah, let me put that on the board. It's interesting because I have no idea where that word came from. But
Firecracker.
it's actually one word.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you this. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'll do it anyway. Okay. The word cracker has different meanings. It means basically it's like a cookie, a flat cookie. Yeah.
就是饼干
Yeah, but also in the south part of the United States, it's a slang term for white people, and it's a derogatory term. It's not a good term.
哦，就是说在南方呢是讲白人的一个不是指代白人的一个俚语，好像不是很好的意思，还有负面的意思。哦 So how you normally use it?
You'd say something like those crackers bother me, or that cracker over there is stupid.
Oh.
So if you guys want to call me a cracker, I'm okay with it.
Oh. 中文那翻成中文就应该叫鬼子，那个白鬼子。
Okay. All that because of Sandy's decoration. Okay, Zoe, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So you're still in the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm free.
Yeah. What city are you
I'm in Shanghai.
Okay.
I'm 上蓝天 hotel.
Yeah.
Near the Fudan University.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was asking that because I have a friend that lives in Shanghai. She's in, I believe, the Pudong area, so near the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And
I near Hongqiao.
okay.
Airport. The
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
airport.
The old airport, yeah.
Yeah, old airport.
Yeah. And my friend said that something about Shanghai being locked down again.
Again?
Yeah. Is that
No,
okay?
everywhere. It's some 个别的
So a small portion of it.
Okay.
yeah, small portion.
Yeah, maybe it affects her district. So yeah. But she used a term that's not very nice. Something I would not use, but anyway. So I know this is a silly question, but I'll ask it anyway. What did you do today?
I read a book,
Okay.
news online, did exercise with Liu Genhong, and everything I do in this room.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's kind of a crazy question to ask. But okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, tomorrow you're free, so that's good.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Let me go to Helen. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And what did you do today?
Yesterday, I take a sketching class.
Oh, nice.
And until first class, the teacher 就是teach us to learn to drawing nice, but I felt 收获不小，怎么说？还学了很多，反正很大进步。怎么说 ？I felt good step 吗？还是只是就进步不小，就是收获很大。怎么说 ？Have good
Progress.
some good some.
Okay. All right. Are you sketching with pencil?
Are you sketching pencil？ 什么意思？
他说你什么用笔什么什么画是什么？
铅笔 pencil
Yeah. Okay.
pencil.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes they do sketching with charcoal.
炭笔。
粉笔啊还是什么？
不是，用的是 sketching， 就是那种 corn pencil， 就碳铅笔。
Yeah, just so you know, usually when we think of charcoal, we think of what we cook outside with. But they actually have colored charcoal sticks. So
Color charcoal.
in a sense, it's like
on the blackboard.
No, that's chalk. They use it on paper. I'll send a picture of them later on. Okay. Joseph, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're very loud too.
Are you body better?
Yeah, it is. like I said, I'm still coughing a little bit.
Little better.
Sunday,
是吗？
Sunday I had like 4 classes.
不写明的是呗。
So by
classes?
yeah,
Classes.
so by the end of the day, I was coughing a lot more. It's just it was a lot of talking.
You're not.
So all right. So what did you do today?
Today, this morning, my wife and I learning to the Bible at the first Samuel, chapter 8 at home,
Okay.
and learning the English words.
Oh, good, good.
Afternoon, my wife and I went to the gym to swimming. I went to the Adelaide apartment to visit my parents. Buy
Okay.
food in the Indian supermarket. And then go home.
Okay. Is that the India or Indian supermarket near the church?
Yes, near
Yeah.
the Chinese church.
Yeah. I've gone there a couple of times, but I still usually go to Hung Fa.
Yeah. In India supermarket is
天，
可以怎么说
Cheaper. Cheaper. Cheaper.
Shipper, 对 shipper.
Okay.
Open it go. I
Yeah,
put
shipper.
one two. Every
Shipper.
week. Every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's also a little bit closer to your house.
Yeah.
The Indian market is a little bit closer to your house.
他说那个印度那个店离你们家更近一点儿。
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
1 million. 1 million.
Yeah.
But 1 million.
1 mile.
1 mile.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention, you said you went to the elderly apartment. The term we use is senior home.
他说应该用这个那个老人的居住地方，他应该叫用作 senior home。
Senior home.
Yeah.
Senior home.
Yeah. Senior
Senior
has a lot.
home.
Yeah. Senior has different meanings
Senior
in
home.
English. It can mean like in
Senior home.
like with Shumei, Catherine is a senior now.
Yes.
Senior home.
Yeah. So it can refer to a grade in high school or
Yeah.
college.
Their name is violin department.
Okay.
Near the near the Israel church.
The
Israel church.
okay. All right. I'll talk about that too. What they call a basically a church where the Jewish people worship is a synagogue.
Oh, synagogue.
犹太人的那个
犹
庙叫
太会堂 synagogue 不叫 church, no church. Synagogue.
Yeah.
synagogue.
Israel.
Yeah, and actually, Joseph, you'll see that in the Bible. In the Bible, say Jesus was at the synagogue.
Synagogue.
圣经里也是用这个词儿。
Synagogue.
Yeah.
synagogue 就是犹太人聚会的地方。
Yeah. I know in Cherry Hill there's several synagogues. There's a big one near Cherry Hill East High School.
East. East High School. Yes.
Yeah, there's a big synagogue over there.
Yeah, big synagogue.
And just so you know, I believe it's sometime this week is actually the Jewish New Year.
这周有犹太人的新年。Yeah, next week there's 2 days. The public school have 2 days off.
Okay, then it's next week. Okay. Yeah, one
Tuesday. 下礼拜2公立学校都不上课嘛，估计就犹太人又放假了。
Yeah. Any town in at least in the east part of the United States where there is a large Jewish population, and Cherry Hill does have a very large Jewish population. The schools generally close for the 2 holidays in September. So, okay. Let me go to, where am I? Lucy.
Hi.
Lucy, today, did you know you called me?
Oh, wrong.
Yeah.
I want to call Japanese restaurant.
Okay.
Wrong.
She called me and said, do you speak Chinese?
Yeah. A Japanese restaurant, both is Chinese. Yeah.
Okay. It was kind of funny, but other than calling me, what did you do today?
Today I stayed home all day. I let the chicken out today. Yeah.
Okay.
My chicken. Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday evening, I have a Monday class, and in that class, there's a woman that she actually lives in Philadelphia, and her daughter lives somewhere outside of Philadelphia, and she's now staying with her daughter. And her daughter has 6 chickens.
Oh. I have 4.
Now, the place where the chickens live, there's 2 terms we use for that: chicken coop or hen house. So this is where the chickens live. So she said she was cleaning the hen house.
鸡窝.
Oh, same?
Yeah, it means the same thing.
Oh.
Okay, let me go to Li Fang.
Oh,
Good
Yeah.
evening. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, before I ask you what you did, I have a question. I still don't see any bananas. She showed yesterday. She showed us one banana that was pretty bad. So, Li Fang, what did you do today?
Today we talked about lighting, places, and unless why the where has become light this 说啥呢？那我再来过吧。说啥呢
Okay.
？Today we talked about
Okay.
rising 上涨 rising prices why yesterday world the way it is
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why the word the way
why
it is.
the way it is
Yeah.
the
And
task
to answer that question, I don't know. I wish I did.
Too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
还有吗？
没了，还有
Okay.
一说太多，这个读不好。
Okay. Before a couple things I want to do. So first, there's a couple words. This is because of what Li Fang was talking about. There's two words that are spelled very close to the same, but pronunciation isn't. Word, world.
Word.
This is more like a
world
world.
跟德可以不翻译直接 world
Word.
Good. Oh, that was good.
还是经常读不准这两个音。Word.
Good. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about, this actually came up Saturday morning. I was working with the 8-year-old boy, Braden. We were talking about, all right, essentially the Chinese word guan. Like, so how do you say, for example, really kai guan? How do you say close the door? How do you say close the door in Chinese?
关门
Right. How do you say open the door in Chinese?
开门
Right. So in that sense, that translation of it is the same into English. So we would say open the door, close the door, 开门关门. If we're talking about something that is electric, so like a television,
电视
light,
Television. Night.
灯
air conditioner.
Air conditioner. 空调。
Okay. In that case, we don't translate it the same way. For this, for those, we say turn on, turn off. Turn on.
关。
是开，
关。
是关。
Turn on. Turn off.
The light. Turn on the air conditioner.
turn
on
Door.
Open, close.
Yeah.
door
Door or window, we say same thing. Open.
window
门窗。
door
Oh, open.
open
Now, like I said, so generally anything that is electric, again, television, light, air conditioner, computer, even like a stove, you'd say turn on, turn off. And it's primarily door and window we use open or close. Now, just so you are aware of this, my youngest son, Tim, was when he was just about a year old. He went to China and he stayed with his grandma for a couple of years.
Oh.
And so when he came back, he spoke Chinese. And then of course, he started picking up English. He lost the Chinese. But for a very long time, he used to say, open the light, close the light.
老师讲他的小儿子 Tim 小时候1岁的时候在中国待了2年，回来之后就把中文忘了，学英文的时候说英文的时候就是老说 open the light, close the light.
open，
So
就是说电器一类的这种 turn on， 然后门窗一类人就 open，
yep,
close。
yeah, okay. So
门窗是不是门是不是还可以用 get？
Gate 是大门吧？
get
是大门。
get the door.
get door， 对。
Okay.
我去开大门 ，get 不是
So she's saying get. Yeah.
get 本身就是大门的意思吧？
get door，
哦
get door，
Door.
Okay.
get the door， 对 ，get the door。
We only say that if there is someone at the door. So
就是说把门留着给我，就是有人在门口的时候，人让你用这个词儿。
哦，那就是应该在静音室。就是我让着你，我等着你啊，等着你，你进来啊，我都开着就让你进来。
okay. So any other questions?
还有其他问题没有哎？
Okay.
我想问一下，就是有一个发音的问题，就是那个 where， 就是那个将要的 where， 还有那个就是好 where， 还有那个就是我的过去式就 be 的过去式 where， 这3个词我每次都读不准，我想听听怎么读。
She's asked a pronunciation question. There's three types of where. Can you？ 哎，你把它3个字打到 chat 里头，我都不知道是不是哪3个。
我知道一个是
where， 还有 where，
一个是好，
Oh.
这是将要。
Okay. Will.
where
So Helen. Will.
where
Helen.
where
Helen. Let's try this.
where
It.
it
Will.
where
Good. Next one is
air
well. Now, the third one is completely different. So, let me go to my whiteboard on that one. The third one is were, so it's like a U sound.
where
No, more like this.
were
Yeah.
were 这是 were 那个 where
Right.
where 哦就是
Will.
where
So this is it.
where
Where?
And that's will, well,
where
Right, were. I will go to the supermarket tomorrow. I am not
Will.
feeling well. Where were you yesterday? Okay. What I will do is tomorrow or Thursday, I'll record those words and any new words we have in the book, and I'll send you a recording with me pronouncing them. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Well, it's been about half an hour and I haven't really coughed that much, which is good. And I seldom move my books, but okay. Where English for everyone. Okay. So that's too far. And all right. So we're talking about, and let me share my screen. Let me hope I share my screen. All right, we're talking about clubs and societies. And again, clubs are usually smaller than societies. Primarily, they're at schools and universities, where societies are larger. They're basically people with the same interests are part of it. Some of them are actually professional societies. So like, I believe it's a Society of Certified Public Accountants, things like that. So again, what they have is a common interest, and don't know why they put, maybe they'll talk about it later, but not sure why they put clubs and societies, and they're talking about Oldton University, and everything here is a club. So a little strange to me, but anyway, why don't we, I will read this again like we did the last time, and then we'll move on to the next one. So clubs and societies. An Oldton student tells us about some local clubs. So Helen, can you read the first paragraph?
I am Marker Watchman, and I'm at Oldton University. This is the first week of classes, and the students are trying lots of activities. This is what I think of them.
Okay, good. Now, a couple of things. First of all, when you were reading that, as you read, students are trying lots. You actually said a lot. That was fine. You can say are trying lots of activities. They're trying a lot of activity. The only thing I would say to you though is slow down just a little bit. So leave a little more space between your words. I am Mark Watson, and I'm at Oldton University. This is the first week of classes. So just slow down a little bit.
老师说你可以就是慢一点，那个每个字之间就是留一个停顿的那个空间。
And you slow it down a little bit, it'll be much clearer. Okay. Li Fang, let's talk about the chocolate club.
第二段。
一段巧克力啊。第二段chocolate club. Do you like chocolate? Chocolate will the people in this club like it? I don't like chocolate. So this club, yes, not for me. They make chocolate cakes and chocolate drinks.
Good. Okay. Lucy?
Dancing club. My girlfriend loves this club. She goes twice a week. It is great exercise, but I hate it because I am very clumsy.
Good. And we talked about clumsy. Clumsy means person who either trips over things or drops things a lot. Shmei?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Is that clumsy refers to a person who either trips over a lot of things or drops
Chubby
them.
就是说这个人不太灵活，经常磕磕碰碰的。
Okay. Zoe, computer and gaming club.
Yeah, computer game club. I love playing computer games at home. I really like playing with other people too. So I like this club. There are lots of plays there every week.
Good. And Joseph? Chess club.
Chess club. I love playing chess. I go to this club because it's a lot of fun. The play are very good, so I don't win very often. It makes me a better player.
Okay, and Sandy, skateboarding club.
Skateboarding club. This is a fantastic club where you can learn from great skateboarders. Their camp meets 3 times a week and is a great place to make new friends. I love it.
Okay, that was good. Skateboarders are the people that do that. Skateboarding is the activity. So, all right. I want to go back up here for just a moment. And you'll notice here we have like, love, doesn't like, and hate. Now, here we use all of those. So it's a good example of the use of the language, the use of what they previously taught. I don't like chocolate. I hate it because I really like it. Also going back to dancing club, my girlfriend loves it. So again, good examples of using the like, love, hate, don't like. So I would suggest, when you have some time, just read through those and see how they're used. Okay. So these are some questions related to the clubs. So let me start with, okay, let me start with Zoe. True or false? People make cakes at chocolate club.
True.
Good. I would have worded that slightly differently. I would have put that in there. People make cakes at the chocolate club, because at a college, which is a university, what this is, there's only going to be one of those. So I would use that in that case, but I guess it's okay this way. Lucy. Mark's girlfriend hates dancing.
True.
Okay.
True.
So let's go back up here. Dancing club. My girlfriend loves this club. So
Yeah.
if you recall, right, it's Mark that hates the dancing. But I hate it. So okay. Yeah. Okay.
False.
Sandy, Mark likes dancing.
No, he don't like dancing.
Okay.
His girlfriend like dancing.
那你就说 false 就是假的。
Yeah, no, I'm going to come back to that in a moment, but just what the one correction I would have made on that is instead of he, it would be his. So his girlfriend.
He's the girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and Lifan. He loves computer games.
就是这个麦克上文里面的麦克喜不喜欢 computer game？
computer
是真的是 true 的，是真的还是假的？真的就是 true。
他不喜欢巧克力俱乐部。
不是。
那你那个是不喜欢那个游戏？
computer
game
电脑游戏 computer game。
那你应该说是 true 是真的还是假的 ？true 还是 false？
应该 true。
Right.
True.
I love computer games. So, all right, Joseph. He doesn't like the chess club.
No. False.
Right.
He like the chess club.
Okay. Well, let's read that again. So, chess club. I love. So
Love.
yes. So we would say he loves
Love.
the chess club.
Love.
Sandy, the players are very good.
True.
Yeah. And go back to Zoe. Skateboarding club is horrible.
False.
Okay.
False.
Right. And Lucy, skateboarding club meets 3 times a week.
3 times a week. I need to read. Skateboard. 3 times, yeah. 3 times. True, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Lucy, it looks like you need to put your glasses on.
Yeah.
I can make this bigger, but okay. And Lifan, sorry, Sandy. Mark loves 3 clubs. I don't even know the answer.
What's you say?
I said Mark loves 3 clubs.
Love.
Mark loves 3
都不
Yeah.
啊
他问那个 Mark 是不是 love 3 club， 就是
，3 club, 1, 2, 3. Yes,
Yes. 3个
yes,
俱乐部，
3 club. Yes.
就是一个是
And I had to look at it too because I didn't know the answer. So,
还有个滑冰，
right, computer gaming, chess, and
Yes,
skateboarding.
and skateboarding.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I had to look at the answer for that one. Okay. Let me. Okay, one thing I want to talk a little bit about. And as I believe what Sandy said, yes, false equal no. To me, it doesn't matter if you say yes or no. I mean, book is looking for true or false. To me, it doesn't matter. You know, Mark loves the skateboarding club. Yes, he does. True. Either one is fine with me. So I'm not particular about which word to use. So let me go back here and talk a little bit about this. All right, we have 5 clubs: chocolate club, dancing club, computer club, chess club, skateboarding club. So let me go to Joseph. Let me go to my whiteboard. Just kind of a
Like.
Oh, which like? Which club do you like?
now here I put which club appeals to you. It just means the same thing. Which do you like? So for example, let me stop sharing for a moment. Let me go to Zoe. What is your favorite color?
I favor club, dancing club.
Okay, sorry. Favorite color.
My favorite color club.
颜色
color. The pink.
Okay. The reason I asked that is I just wanted to show you the use of the word appeal. So we could say the color pink appeals to Zoe.
The pink.
So you may hear people say that just means she likes it. Just another way of saying she likes it. So Joseph, what club appeals to you? Which club do you like?
I don't like these clubs.
Okay. All right, Joseph. Most universities here have a photography club.
Photography, yeah.
Okay.
Photography, computer, yes.
Well, you have computer club here. Oh,
Computer,
never mind. Different. Okay. The other thing that a lot of colleges do have, and they do have Christian clubs.
computer softball.
Yeah. Shimei, does Catherine belong to any clubs?
Knitting club.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Li Fang, which club do you like?
club
喜欢哪个俱乐部？
我喜欢dance dancing club.
Okay.
I like dance club. Dancing club.
Okay. Sandy, which club do you like? Which club appeals to you?
I like dancing club and the chess club.
Okay. And Lucy, which club do you like?
I like dancing club too.
Okay. And Zoe, which club do you like?
I like dancing club and chess club.
Okay.
She's
Just from, and maybe it's changed the years I've been there, but when I first went to China, dancing was very popular.
Yeah.
And the type of dancing they did in China is what we would call slow dancing. And so really what that means is the music is a slower tempo and people actually hold each other when they dance, as opposed to the more modern dance over here where people are just kind of moving around doing all kinds of weird things. So I actually liked it. It was very good to see that. Anyway, I think I asked everyone. Okay. What time is it? And it is 8:24, so we have some time. All right. I'm going to read these and then I'll give you, well, actually, Shumei can give you the translation of them. Exciting.
Exciting.
挺激动的，
Interesting.
有趣的，
Tiring.
好累，
Late.
Fun.
有意思的，
Delicious.
Delicious.
Disgusting.
恶心的，
Disgusting.
And boring.
Boring.
无聊的，
Boring.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to tell me something that is related to each of these words. So as an example, 2 weeks ago, wow. 2 weeks ago, my younger son got his driver's license. So, which was very exciting.
2周前他的儿子拿到驾照是非常的兴奋 ，exciting。
Exciting.
So, Zoe, tell us something exciting.
Tomorrow I can go out. Exciting.
Oh, yes.
See, I was actually going to use that as an example, but I was hoping that you would do it. Yes, that is very exciting. So, Lucy, something exciting.
Oh, exciting. Oh, last week, I went fishing. I got a big fish.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm exciting. Yeah.
Okay. To describe your feeling, it would be I was excited.
I
Was
yeah,
excited.
I was excited. Yeah,
It's exciting to catch a big fish.
excited.
Okay. What kind of fish was it? Do you know?
那什么中国叫那个什么鱼，那个鲈鱼，
西贝，
美国叫什么名儿？我还没记住英文名。
西贝，
西贝。
嗯
No,
Okay.
Porsche. No, 不叫 Porsche， 叫什么名？
Don't worry about it. Just if you put the name in the Chinese name in the chat, I can
Yeah, I
check
don't
it later.
understand American name. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Just put the Chinese name in the chat, and then I'll look for it later.
Chinese name is
It's sea bass.
Okay, that's what I thought. Bass. Yeah.
Bass.
Bass, different types of bass around here. Bass is probably the most common fish in this area. Okay, nice. Did you have it for dinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I eat dinner. My husband will eat. Yeah.
Yeah. Sandy, something exciting.
2 weeks ago, I had a vacation in cruise, and I saw the green line, you know, 极光.
Yeah. Okay.
The name is I don't know what's the name. The line in the
Northern
sky.
Light.
Green line.
Where was the cruise?
Alaska.
Northern Light.
Northern light.
North.
Northern.
Northern light. Polar light.
I don't know the name.
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. Okay.
Yeah.
Northern.
That is actually one cruise I wouldn't mind going on. Cruise of Alaska. That area is very beautiful.
Actually, it's not beautiful, because you just use the phone.
Wow.
Because if you use your eyes, you can see not just the lunar light.
Yeah. No. I mean just Alaska itself. Alaska, the area of Alaska is really nice.
Oh, yes, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Li Fan, something exciting.
让你说说兴奋的事情。
兴奋的事情。
上英文课了，就是。
上新课英文课兴奋。对。I feel
excited.
为什么 feel
感觉呀
？feeling 应该
feel
应该 feeling 感觉 I
feeling 感觉是名词。
feel 动词 I feel
excited
不是 excited
说 study English
应该是 study English
makes me
完了是 excited
Okay. And Joseph?
If my son can return to the United States, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
回来从那个在美国，他就很兴奋。
I did mention that Joseph said it be very exciting if his son returns to the U.S. I did mention that my older son had a friend from England that was visiting, and she went back yesterday. And so the opposite of that is it was very sad.
Oh.
贝尔老师说他大儿子的英国的朋友来看他们，昨天走了，所以这个不是就是兴奋，而是很伤心。
And she, very nice young woman. Okay. I'm going to save this and then just very quickly go back to the book. We're not going to do any more in the book, but we're going to go through the other words next week. Same thing. But the one thing you cannot say is English class is boring. Okay.
说我们下周再学这个，但不能说英文课 boring。
All right. We'll switch over to conversation. Close this
Conversation.
out. File. Exit application. Okay. And I actually had forgotten that we did not do this last week, so I started putting together another one, and then I remembered we stopped. You guys are actually so you guys are lucky. My Sunday class got to do 2 very boring topics the past 2 weeks, so it was we're talking about the law.
我们很幸运，周日的我们做了很多很无聊的事情，上2周做的都是活动都比较无聊，而学关于法律的讨论。
哇，太深奥了。
And like I said, it was not really exciting. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about leisure activities. We kind of talked about this in the book. Really things that you like to do in your free time. So our words are leisure.
Leisure.
Activities.
Activity.
Spare time.
Spare time.
Back.
Back.
Oh.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, with one of the other things I came across, O is just a filler that we use. So for example, let's say I said to Shimei, Shimei, is Catherine at home?
No, she left.
So then using the word using O, I say, oh, she went back already. So it's just again a like a filler word. So like I said, I asked Shumei if her daughter was home. She said no. She left. I said, oh, she went back already.
这是过渡的词。
Yeah, pretty, and this is a second meaning. Really means not bad. The dinner was pretty good. It's pretty cold outside.
Pretty cold.
Pretty cold outside.
As opposed to the more common meaning of Pialiang. She's a pretty girl. That's a pretty dress. two different meanings.
Hidden talent.
And we have talented and don't know if Helen is talented in sketching. We'll find out. And then we have hidden talent.
Hidden.
Okay. So let me go to the conversation itself. And so let me start with Lucy and Zoe. Lucy, you read A, Zoe, you read B.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
I enjoy drawing and painting.
You know how to draw and paint.
Yes, I do.
When did you learn how to do that?
I learned back in high school.
Oh, so you. No?
Yeah, so Lucy, so.
Oh, yes. Oh. So you took an art class.
Yeah, I loved that class.
I see that you are pretty talented.
Thank you very much.
I wish I had a talent like that.
I'm sure you have a talent. It's just hidden.
Good. Now, Zoe, you read A, and Lucy, you read B.
Tell me, what do you enjoy doing your spare time?
I enjoy drawing and painting.
You know how to join and paint.
Yes, I do.
When did you learn how to do that?
I learned back in high school.
Oh, so you took an art class.
Yeah, I loved that class.
I see that you are pretty talented.
Thank you very much.
I wish I had a talented like that.
I'm sure you have a talent. It's just hidden.
Okay, good. Couple of things I do want to point out. Up here it says, tell me, what do you enjoy doing? Tell me again is just kind of an expression that people will use. Every Tuesday when we start the class, I said to you, what did you do today, or what did you do last week? I could easily, and it's not, it's just an expression some people use. I could say, tell me, what did you do today? So for example, I could say to Sandy, tell me, what did you do today?
Today I want to walk.
Okay. And again, it's the same as saying, what did you do today? So, some people will say, tell me. I don't usually say that. And then I showed you on the, that's not it. I showed you on here the word back. Here is the uses of it. So it really means a while ago. I learned back in high school. You could easily say, I learned in high school, or I learned a while ago in high school. A common expression these days, I'll put this on the board just so you're aware of it, is back in the day. And all that means is a while ago or a long time ago. Back in the day, I used to go swimming. Back in the day, the prices were much cheaper. So it just means a long time ago, back in the day.
Back in the day, mean long time ago.
Yeah.
这个
对因为
back 就是指之前，它和 before 什么 before 就
很久以
短
前吧，它是指
back 是很久以前啊。
Yeah. So
它和
以前
ago 有什么区别呢？ago 一般也是什么什么很久以前嘛。ago
Yeah. So here, back I learned back in high school. So he's been out of high school for a while. Okay. So Joseph and Lifan. Joseph, you read A. Lifan, you read B.
Okay. Tell me, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
I enjoy July and play painting.
You know how do you draw and painting.
Paint.
Paint and paint.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't.
When did you learning how do you that?
I learning need backer in
high school.
in high school. Go to in high school.
Oh, so you take a actor class.
Yeah, I love that class.
I see that you are pretty talented.
Thank you very much.
I wish I had a talent like that.
I'm sure you have a talent. It's just happen.
Okay. All right. So Lifan, you read A, and Joseph, you read B.
Tell me, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
I enjoy drawing and painting.
You know have to draw and paint.
Yes, I do.
When did you learn how to do that?
I learned back in high school.
Oh, so you take on art class.
Yeah, I love that class. Loved that.
I see that year talented.
Thank you very much.
I wish I had a talent like that.
I'm sure you have a talent. It's just hidden. Just hidden.
Good. Okay. And Sandy, you read A, I'll read B.
Tell me, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
I enjoy drawing and painting.
You know how to draw and paint?
Yes, I do.
When did you learn how to do that?
I learned back in high school.
Oh, so you took an art class.
Yeah, I love that class.
I see that you are pretty talented.
Thank you very much.
I wish I had a talented like that.
I'm sure you have a talent. It's just hidden. I got to say, I really like the way you said this. Oh, so you took an art class. That was like perfect.
Oh, like perfect.
That was perfect. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll read A. You read B. Tell me, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
I enjoy drawing and painting.
You know how to draw and paint?
Yes, I do.
When did you learn how to do that?
I learned back in high school.
Oh, so you took an art class.
Yeah, I loved that class.
I see. Oh, sorry. I see that you're pretty talented.
Thank you very much.
I wish I had talent like that.
I'm sure you have a talent. It's just hidden.
Okay. Normally what I would do is I would work through the words and phrases. We're going to do that in a moment. But because of the topic, I want to do this a little bit different today. And I want to ask you, Joseph, what is a talent that you have?
周师傅问你呢，你的麦没打开，
Oh, yeah.
问你的特长，你觉得自己的擅长什么
Talented.
？Talented.
Talented repair. Repair car, repair house.
Okay. Okay,
Nice.
good. Good. And Lifan, what is a talent that you have?
我的特长是打毛衣的
Knitting.
knitting。I 特长是
I'm
They-
talented.
I'm
Talented.
talent
Talented in knitting.
in knitting.
Knitting? Okay. So is that why Catherine's taking knitting or part of the knitting club?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think. I think that's
Okay.
girl things.
Okay. I've actually seen people knitting on the train. All right, Sandy, what is a talent that you have?
I don't know too. Maybe talented singing and dancing.
Okay, nice. Neither one which I can do. So, Lucy, what talent do you have?
My talent is singing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also fishing. And Zoe, what talent do you have?
I think I talented is in sport.
Okay. Which sport?
Swimming, do
Okay.
yoga.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's take a look at some of the words and phrases. I'm going to start with tell me simply because it's up there. What I want you to do is use the phrase tell me and then ask a question. So tell me, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? So it's tell me and then the question. So let's go to Joseph. You tell me.
tell me.
那个你老师是Phil, you want him to answer the question or ask?
No. I want him to ask a question using "tell me" as the first two words.
啊，老师说要用那个 tell me 这个来造句。
Tell me. Oh, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me.
tell me 哪一个 tell me？
Tell me,
哦 tell
告诉我。
tell me 告诉我
Tell me. Tell me. You ask. Tell me.
就问老师一个事儿。
Oh. Tell me, are you better?
That's perfect. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let me go to Zoe. Use "tell me."
Tell me, what is your favorite doing things?
Okay. Lucy, tell me.
Tell me, what do you like?
Okay, good. Sandy.
Tell me what is your question?
I'll tell you after you answer my question. Okay. Lifan, tell me.
tell me what your like do you like 不是
Banana.
Where are your banana?
do you 我得问老师应该 do you 问他enjoy yeah enjoy 那个什么休假
Vacation.
passion
Okay. All right. Before we go on to the next one, I was thinking about that. And actually, that expression is fairly common, at least in, I don't know, in natural Chinese language, but in movies and in shows, a lot of times you'll hear one of the actors say, 告诉我. So really, literally, it's a direct translation of that. So, all right. Next one is I enjoy. So I'll ask you the question, then the answer is I enjoy whatever. Okay. Zoe, what do you enjoy doing?
Today I enjoying this English class.
Thank you.
And all day this room.
Okay. I don't know if you can enjoy that, but okay. Lucy, what do you enjoy doing?
Oh, today I enjoy stay home all day.
Okay. Sandy, what do you enjoy doing?
I enjoying my vacation.
Okay. Okay, in that case, it would be past. I enjoyed.
Enjoying that.
Yeah.
Enjoying my vacation.
It'll be fine. What do you enjoy doing?
I enjoy 享受国际假期国庆是我
Holiday?
holiday 假期 enjoy holiday
Every day is holiday.
Okay. All right. Joseph, what do you enjoy doing?
I enjoying the travel around.
Okay. All right. Next one I want to work on is back. So again, here it says back in high school. It can be used in a lot of different ways. Here, back in high school, back in back in the year 2000, I worked for a company in central New Jersey. Back in 2003, we bought our house back in China. So why don't you use back in and then whatever. So Joseph, back in.
Back in. I learning back in rate in college.
Okay. Lifan, back in.
back 我的以前
back in。
back
I learned 那个我就是在以前。
在以前，这是以前。
I learned back in high school 就 back
in。
back in。
I 以前干了啥 ？I
玩篮球。
I
play basket。
play I play basketball. But in 真是高中 high school.
Good. And you'll notice the way she phrased it, either one is okay. She said, I played basketball back in high school, or you can say back in high school, I played basketball. Both are fine. Sandy, back in.
I missed the back in high school. It's okay.
You missed.
想念。
那就不用了，就是 miss high school。
那就不
你要干
了
事情，或者你遇到什么人，或者干了什么，或者学了什么，
只用 miss 就可以了，是吗？
对，你那个就 miss 就行了，不用 back in 了。I miss high school， 我想念高中。
想念以前的高中。
I mean, the way you could phrase that is, I miss being back in high school. You could say I miss being back in high school, but more common is back in and whatever. I did this. So back in Korea, I walked on the beach. So again, indicating a while ago. All right, so Sandra, try back in.
I learned English back in high school.
That was perfect. Yeah, good.
Thank you.
And Lucy, back in.
Back in. I went to shopping back in Chinatown, Hong Fa.
Okay.
In Pennsylvania, yeah.
Okay. Okay, again, in this case, with shopping, we don't use the to. I went shopping. And let me go to the whiteboard with that. Just this is just a reminder. So we use I went to if we're talking about a specific place. I went to the park. I went to Hung Fa. I went to the fish house. If it's the activity,
I went.
We use I went. I went shopping. I went running. So the activity we say I went, the place we say I went to.
I want to.
So, Zoe,
I played violin back in high school, but I forget it.
yeah. My son played the viola back in high school, and he forgot it. Okay. The next one I want to, I think this is the last one. Pretty. So, like I said, in this case, it means really kind of not bad. Let me go back and show you the definition. I think it might be easier if you see the Chinese on here are pretty. So, for example, where I am in New Jersey, it was pretty hot today.
Pretty hot today.
Yeah. So Joseph, pretty.
Pretty. My friends pretty talented.
Okay, so that's good. The only thing you have to say is you need a be verb in there. So you said friends. My friends are pretty talented.
My friends pretty talented.
My friends are.
My friends are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Be fine. Pretty.
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 Pretty 是，忘了什么，
就是相当的。
哦，相当，什么公园？我觉得想到，河边的公园叫什么公园？经常去小河边。
park，
哦，尼尔，为什么尼尔呢？
近的嘛，你就说 the park 吧。I think。
尼尔近，尼尔 park，play 的 yes， pudding good.
Good. Okay. And Sandy, pretty.
That little girl, she is pretty cute.
Good. Yeah. That little girl is pretty cute. And Lucy, pretty.
My mom is pretty nice.
Okay, good. And Zoe, pretty.
Yes, my mom is pretty kind.
Good. Okay. This is actually a word that we use quite a lot. For example, because I haven't looked at the weather forecast, but I might say, I'm pretty sure it will rain tomorrow. And then my oldest son, one of his favorite expressions is pretty good, pretty good. That's exactly how he says it. Pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. But you have to get the vocalization of that. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, let me try to say the whiteboard. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No.
No.
Are you pretty sure you have no questions?
Yeah.
All right. What I will do is I will record the words on that on this. I'll also record the words we came across in the book. Anything on
maybe next week. Maybe next week. Relax until you fully recovered. 就等好了再。
Yes. Yeah. Maybe next week.
我们也不着急。
对啊，我们好多we
对，咱们都有时间。是。
All right. All right. So if there are no questions, and everyone, thank you for joining me. Zoe, we were talking to Helen earlier, and she had firecrackers on her door. Tomorrow's your Freedom Day. Do you have any firecrackers to celebrate?
说你有没有那个明天是什么节日啊？
Her Freedom Day.
Oh yeah. Oh, free day. Tomorrow afternoon. I'm free. I'm free.
他说你怎么庆祝？你问你明天怎么庆祝？
I asked if she has any firecrackers.
他问你有没有那个放烟火？要不要放？有没有放烟火？有没有烟火？
I think I first go home.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you're free tomorrow. And have a good day in the hotel room. Exercising, studying English. And everyone else have a good evening, and I will see you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And take care.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
care.
All right.